If you're watching this, you're likely standing in the quiet aftermath of a separation. You feel the silence where her voice used to be, and you're constantly replaying the moments you failed her. And you're fueled by one desperate, agonizing goal. How do I get her back? Today, I want to tell you my story, the story of my failure and the devastating truth I had to accept. Sometimes you only realize what you had when it's finally, irreversibly gone. My wife, Anna, didn't leave in a fit of rage. She left quietly, professionally, the way you would notify a landlord you're moving out. She was tired of feeling invisible, tired of my ambition always outweighing her feelings, tired of the parallel lives we were leading. I had been given 1,000 chances, but I was always too busy chasing success to notice she was slowly fading out of my orbit. The day she moved her last box out of the house, I didn't feel sadness. I felt shock. I thought she would be back. I thought this was a temporary, dramatic pause. I spent the first month in denial, waiting for her to come home, but the denial eventually broke, replaced by a frantic, consuming terror. I realized I had to act, and I started a campaign to win her back that was clumsy, desperate, and tragically late. My first move was the grand gesture. I didn't know how to speak her language of quiet care, so I defaulted to noise. I sent flowers, not small, thoughtful ones, but expensive, overwhelming bouquets delivered to her new apartment. I wrote a long, rambling letter listing all the ways I promised to change. I started cleaning the house like a maniac, hoping the physical effort would somehow cleanse my soul. I remember one night I waited outside her building in the rain for an hour just to accidentally run into her. When she finally appeared, holding an umbrella, I launched into a prepared speech about our history, our future, and my commitment. She just listened, her face completely still. When I finished, she looked at me with an expression that wasn't anger, but something far worse. Pity. "Mark," she said, her voice soft but firm. "This isn't about flowers or letters. It's not about the dishes. It's about trust. And you didn't just break that trust. You let it decay over 5 years of neglect. I don't need a grand gesture. I needed a man who could show up for me every day, and that man didn't exist when I needed him. The grand gesture failed because I was trying to buy back the future with the same currency I had squandered the past with. Superficial effort instead of genuine presence. The rejection didn't stop me. It just made me more desperate. I started doing the things she always asked me to do when we were together. I went to therapy. I started seeing my friends. I genuinely tried to become the man she wanted. And the crushing truth was, I was changing. I was becoming healthier, calmer, and more self-aware. But every time I reached out to show her this new version of myself, I hit a wall. She didn't doubt my effort. She simply doubted its relevance. I asked her for one final meeting, and she agreed. We met at a quiet park near our old neighborhood. I was nervous, but prepared. I had fixed myself. I had conquered my demons. Surely this was the man she wanted. I laid out my case calmly, detailing the work I'd done, the new coping mechanisms I had developed, and the profound, humbling clarity I now had about my failures. I ended with the most honest, painful truth I could muster. I need you back, Anna. I realize you are my home. Please, let me prove this to you. She listened, and for a moment, I saw a flicker of the old Anna, the one who cared deeply, the one who was capable of instant forgiveness. But that flicker was quickly replaced by a quiet strength I had never seen before. I believe you, she said, nodding slowly. I truly believe you've changed, Mark, and I'm proud of you. But that change is for you, not for me. She looked straight into my eyes and delivered the final, crushing blow. I spent the first year after separation hurting, but then I learned how to breathe alone. I learned how to depend only on myself. I found a peace in the quiet of my own apartment that I never had in the chaos of our marriage. And I realized that the man I needed, the one who is sitting here today, showed up a year too late. My future isn't about fixing the past, she finished. It's about protecting the peace I finally earned. When I stood up to leave, I felt the truth settle over me like a massive lead weight. I hadn't lost Anna because I was a bad man. I lost her because I had become complacent, and my change, though real, was only enacted after she had already completed her journey of healing and moved on. The irony was devastating. She was finally free to be happy, and my desperate need to win her back was just another attempt to control her happiness. If you are watching this, still trying to claw your way back into a life that has closed its door, hear this. You cannot force a reconciliation. You cannot buy back lost time. The hardest step in getting your wife back is realizing that sometimes the only way to love her is to let her go. The only way to prove you've changed is to focus on rebuilding your life, not as a trap to lure her back, but as an act of respect for the self she left behind. I am still standing in the wreckage of that realization, but I am learning to build a life where I respect her choice, and I commit to being the man she deserved, even if he's not the man she comes home to. Thank you for letting me share this truth. If you are struggling with acceptance, hit the like button and tell me in the comments. What is the hardest truth you have had to accept about your separation? Don't forget to subscribe.